Hey, I'm Seth Johnson with Land to House. Thank you so much for joining in today. In February, Josh from the Stoney Ridge Farm invited me to his place to see Google film him for a video. Google has a YouTube channel with several million subscribers, and they were doing a video shoot of his farm to kind of show what a YouTube farmer looks like. They filmed for 10 days and it must have been hours and hours that they filmed. And the video is very short. I can't imagine filming that much for such a small video. But anyway, after I do a couple things around here, I'm going to show you the clips that I took of being out there and watching Google film. It's quite fascinating. The camera equipment they have, everybody was wearing earpieces to communicate. People were in a van across the way, watching the scenes that were being filmed on wireless cameras and directing from the warmth of the car. But anyway, so what I want to do before we get into those video clips is use the four-wheeler and go concrete block hunting. I measured from the edge of the house over here to past the tiny house over in the trees. It was 250 feet basically. If I cut down across here, go across the road, and then that way. So I can use my wire run for the micro hydro turbine as just 250 feet. If I were to go another 50 feet or so, I could be down at the creek, but I calculated the drop to be about 3 feet, and it's 3 or 4 watts difference. So the wire saving is gonna be huge. So that being said, I have various concrete blocks around the property that I'm going to be building a little house to put the micro hydro turbine into. So for instance, I don't know if you can see it, but down over here at the grass spot, I've got 2 blocks. There's a couple up here I want to grab, and then I've got maybe 6 to 10 over that way. So anyway, let's just go block hunting real quick. Okay, here are our first blocks. Looks like 4 of them that I had used. My original water tower was up here on these little blocks. It was terrible. It didn't work very well. There's one of the barrels I need to toss out. The new tower that's right there is working way better. Okay, we'll load these 4 blocks up and we will move down to where I'm going to be putting this turbine. Well, it's taken me getting these blocks down here to realize that even with the other 10, I'm not going to have enough to do any kind of little house for the micro hydro turbine. So I think the new plan will be just make a little plywood base with a little tiny plywood wall structure, and then on the inside perhaps put some of that blue insulated foam board to help with the sound and also the moisture content. I can just tape up the edges and try to make it as waterproof as possible. I could use the blocks as maybe a little base to that, so that my pipe coming out underneath could have enough space to get down back to the creek. Look at all this pipe, 1,100 feet of 2-inch poly. Okay, so today is Tuesday, my usual work day. It's supposed to rain off and on, so I'm gonna go ahead and get as much done as possible. I've got chainsaw review to film. I've got playhouse railing to do, and a host of other things. So enjoy these clips of the Stoney Ridge Farm with Google. Well, I just got off the phone with Josh, the Stoney Ridge farmer, and Google contacted him this morning and said they are postponing the video for a little while. So that changes everything. I don't have a video planned, filmed for you, because I was gonna post those clips of Josh's farm. Emma and I went up to my neighbor's house up the hill. He lives off-grid with just a couple of solar panels and I think a wind turbine. And he had some old batteries right over here, that small one and the tall one. And he had another one, which I traded in for this Autocraft Platinum. It apparently is a pretty decent battery for the hydro system that I'm installing. So, right now, Advanced Auto is doing a sale. It's 25% off of a single big item. So I had Ashley buy one, my parents bought one, and then I bought two with different email addresses. Basically, I got a free battery. So let's go show our YouTube people the pipe that Dad's putting in the creek.
Okay.
Anyway, so that step is done. I was talking to Spencer Langston, the fellow that is doing the sponsorship for the whole micro hydro system, and he recommends those batteries, so that's what I'm going to go with. He also said if I'm going to do this right, then going with the Midnight Classic charge controller is the way to go. So I'm gonna do this right, and well, hopefully I'm gonna get some of the nice equipment. So anyway, I have been hauling several of the 2-inch black poly pipe up the hill. I only have 300 feet left, but I wanted to just walk up here a little bit and show you what that looks like. Spent a couple of hours today reviewing a tiller slash cultivator from Sun Joe. Emma does not want to go walking, so we won't. But I don't know if you can see it from here. There's a log that has fallen, and I've cut it in half. I also tested out the Works 40 volt max chainsaw. So for the past 6 years that I've been doing YouTube, I have basically just waited for companies to offer products, which means I've reviewed a good many cheap things, and some things I've purchased myself and made reviews out of them. And those videos, some things were cheap and some were not so much. But taking the Stoney Ridge Farmer as an example and reaching out to high dollar companies, I have started to do that as well. So, or if there's something that I need here on the house at the property, then I ask companies for reviews. So I've got the chainsaw review coming up, the tiller cultivator, another chainsaw. I've got the Rusco spin down filters. I'm gonna do a series on that because I spoke with the owner of the company, and nice guy. He sent me a whole lineup of those filters, and hole saws coming up. Playhouse, no, not Playhouse, the swing set. I'm gonna have a review on the brackets for that. So anyway, I know in the past we did some pretty not so great reviews, but I'm trying to step up my game and do some decent products. So the chainsaw was great. I liked that a lot. Well, I don't really have much to do right now for you. I've got both the kids, so I think we're going to call this video done, and the kids and I are gonna go hang out for a while. A four-wheeler ride. We probably can't say that on YouTube, but that is what we're gonna go do. All right, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Four-wheeler ride. Version 2.0 of the micro hydro intake is doing really well.